Hi, I'm Jessica Boulton, and this is the Daily Mirror's Jess Saying. I am joined today by Love Island's reigning queen, Paige Turley. Looking forward to speaking to you, Paige.
Hi, Jess. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're still the reigning champion. Obviously, because we didn't have the summer one last year, and it's been quite a time since you and Finn walked away from the show. So, can you what's it been like together in lockdown over this time? We've had 3 lockdowns together.
Yeah, do you know what? I find it still so hard to believe that Love Island was a year ago.
Yeah,
It's been very, very quick, but nothing's happened really. It's been good. It's been challenging, obviously, for the lockdown and stuff. We've moved to a new city, and it's a shame we've not really been able to experience Manchester at its liveliest stuff. But we're looking forward to things opening back up and really experiencing it. And it's like taking a relationship back to the start, being able to go out and have nice dinners and have our families meet and stuff will be great, because we've not really had that up until now.
You kind of almost done everything in reverse, because obviously you went into Love Island, so you're all together all the time. Then you're kind of like living together in a little bubble, and then you're going to go out and have your sort of first dates.
Yeah, obviously it's very accelerated in the villa. Like you meet them, and then the first night you're sharing a bed together. So we have been used to the relationship being accelerated, and I think leaving the villa, it would have been hard to then not live together.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't get much choice with the pandemic, but I think naturally it was always going to move very, very quickly. But yeah, we're excited to take it back to basics and have, like you say, those first dates and the things that you would usually have in a relationship.
And make a little bit more time to do those sort of special things before you're kind of living on top of each other all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a year, and Finley's seen me in pajamas and joggers for most of it. So it'd be nice to get dressed up and be like, don't just look like that all the time.
But I think that's really nice. I think I saw you say that, you haven't been out and done that kind of sort of the event circuit as such, that, you will be on, having come off Love Island, all the parties and the great stuff like that, which is great fun, but at the same time a lot of pressure, and you've got about how you look and getting glammed up and everything. You haven't had to do that, which has been a big pressure on a lot of other Love Island couples. So do you think this is going to be like really sort of giving you such a good foundation together?
For sure. We've always said, everything happens for a reason, and as strange as it is, this year has, because we've been chucked into this new industry, which is wild, to be fair. And you've kind of got to learn as you go, whereas the pandemic has been able to allow us to, first of all, know each other really, really, really well, and kind of give us time to ease us into this new industry and this kind of lifestyle. When we first got to the airport after leaving the villa, it was a very strange sensation. People coming up and knowing your name. In fact, you've been on this TV show, and every move you have made the past 6 weeks, the nation has seen it. It's just strange kind of adjusting to that. And I mean, even the mask, some people still say, I thought that was yours. And I'm like, how do you recognise us under these masks?
It must be crazy, because you didn't have long before Love Island started, did you? Was it a couple of weeks or something before that you were going in?
Yeah, a couple of weeks. And it was at Christmas time, of course, with being the winter season. And I didn't have time to book in my hair. I didn't have time to book in nails. It was very hard to find bikinis in winter.
Exactly. I mean, what did you do? Did they not have like a wardrobe department you can pick from when you get there?
Love Island, they were amazing, and they were sponsored by I Thought First.
Yeah.
So guys, they were prepared, and they were able to kind of point you in the direction of their summer collection. So they were really helpful in that aspect.
Did they, was it like, right, okay, you've got a bit of a budget, you can go and splash out on all these bikinis and get all the glam stuff? That must have been great.
Oh yeah, it was like a dream come true. Dream come true. I'll have that, and I'll have that. And always sent in a bag of clothes every week for everyone that was in there. So it was, yeah. So the girls would get their bags, and then it would be a game of like, right, you have that, and I'll take that. And you have, you know, a game of swapsies of who would actually wear.
Yeah. Did you when you were in the villa? If we talk about, you know, sort of life in the villa a bit, because we're all so fascinated seeing it from the outside. We sort of make presumptions, but we only see such a tiny part of it. We know because we see an hour a day. But was there, like, you know, did you and the girls sort of share other, you know, your outfits that you took in, and was there a little bit about, you know, would you tell somebody if something didn't suit them, or was there a little bit of, oh no, we'll let her go out in that? Was some people a bit like that?
To be fair, a lot of the girls, I'm trying to think if there was ever any moments where we were like, oh, that doesn't suit you. They're gorgeous girls. I mean, they could wear a bin bag and they would have suited it, I think. But I mean, there was definitely times where you would help each other out, whether it was for hair, makeup. Shanice was a makeup artist. Shauna was amazing at bouncy blows. So we were able to kind of tap into everybody's strong points.
Yeah, and you were quite, it sounds like it was quite a sort of a really nice sisterly atmosphere. Is that what it was like?
Very, very quickly. I think like the second or third day in, it was like you have this strange bond, because it's like these are very quickly, it's like a family in there. You have your girls, that's who you lean on. So yeah, very, very quickly you grow close to each other.
Because well, first of that moment where you're all there at the beginning and they bring in the guys, what's that like? What's going through your mind? Because that's my favorite part of Love Island, is the first coupling. I just think that's such great fun.
You know, we were all so nervous. I don't know why, because it was, like you say, it was meant to be a really, really fun part of the show, and we were so excited, but it was just the realisation we are in South Africa, we're in this villa, and this is Love Island. I think it was probably that moment that it hit everybody in there, like, oh wow, we're literally going to be living with strangers. Yeah, so that was probably the big kind of moment where we were like, oh, this is really happening.
Did you think, oh, okay, I'm not going to step forward, or maybe I should just wait till the last one because I don't want to sort of, like, you know, what's going through your mind? Or is it really awkward standing there?
I mean, slightly. I'm just a very awkward person. So you're kind of like, you have to stand forward for at least somebody. This is how the show works. You know, you need to kind of put yourself out there, which I think a lot of us struggled with, because you're doing it on national television as well. You're putting yourself out there. But very, very quickly, again, you're in this villa, you get close with the guys as well, and it's like a kind of comfort blanket. Everybody's in it together. So it was everybody was on the same team.
So everyone kind of knows you can't get like worried, or I mean, I would be worried. I mean, obviously, I think I'm probably too old for Love Island, unfortunately. I'm not too old for Love Island. I would be worried about the, you know, you imagine, because you see everyone look so gorgeous and lovely, that it's going to be quite a sort of, you know, a bit bitchy and a bit, you know, backstabby. That's what you imagine when you see it. And I think that's, having watched the series, I get the impression that it's not like that. But no. How were you worried about that going in? Were you?
To be fair, I was probably more worried about if I came in as a bombshell. I would have found that really, really hard, because, and I mean, if you spoke to any of the bombshells, they probably did say it was very, very daunting, because we had very quickly, with the villa, got together, and it's like, not bitchy, but it's just daunting kind of to girls who've already made friends and they've already kind of made romantic relationships. Yeah, so I think that was probably my biggest worry, rather than going in at the starting line.
Yeah, and doing that is, and also obviously everyone's asked you this, the sharing the bed on the first night. I always feel for everybody on this, because it must be it. I mean, do you, what's going through your mind? Are you thinking, right, what are my parents thinking? Or had you had a conversation with them beforehand?
yeah, it's strange to say the least. Hi, nice to meet you. So this is our bed. It's a strange thing, but after the first night, I feel like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. You know, that's your side of the bed, this is my side of the bed, and everybody's in it together. So that first moment, jumping in.
Oh, we got a little bit of a connection problem there. Can you? Are you back with us? Sorry, we lost you for a sec.
Is it back?
We got you back. We got you back. Sorry about that, Paige.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, so when we first get into bed the very first night, it's like I kind of giggle. Everybody's like the nervous giggles. But once that first night is out, then it's like, easy, easy.
And the whole I mean, I know you sort of said about this before about like having to wear bikinis and stuff like that all day, and you were brilliant. You were just like out by the pool looking great. You're like, and you've got this great down to earth like nature that really comes across, which is why everyone loved you on it.
Oh,
I mean, did you ever feel like, you know, worried or embarrassed or like, oh, I might not have pasta tonight because I've got to wear my bikini?
Once looking back, I've seen scenes where I'm like, I'd burnt my nose really, really badly. So every night I sat with moisturising cream, like a big lump of it, and I never rubbed it in. And I see scenes where I'm sitting talking to people with this white moisturising cream, and I'm thinking, oh, you have forgot that you're on national television. So I think very quickly it's like you forget.
Why does no one tell you? It's like, yeah, so you forget and you don't worry about, because I mean this week there's been all the stuff about Khloe Kardashian's selfies with the shock news she might use filters, which I don't know if it was a shock to anyone, but apparently some people were shocked. Some people have said before that sort of Love Island is giving the sort of wrong ideals to people out there of what they should look like. I think if you watch a show, it's not necessarily the case. But what do you think on that?
I mean, I think these shows are like, of course, it's a show filled with really, really good-looking people. But I also think you go to your local nightclub, you'll find really, really good-looking people. And the show in previous series as well has always been really good at girls aren't sitting by the pool in heels all day or with makeup on all day. You know, there are the girls that are in there that are natural. And even when the Islanders come out, they've always been about body positivity, because we're very aware that it is a very influential show for the young people. And I think a lot of the previous Islanders and Islanders from my season have always been, you know, be you, be body positive. And yeah, but I get each to their own. Everybody's going to have insecurities and stuff, and it is obviously a very influential show.
Yeah, and I think it probably gets a little bit of unfair flack for that. Whereas, because if you actually watch it, you'll see that most people are, you know, normal, and you know they go out sometimes with no makeup and stuff like that by the pool, and you know, so I do think it is a little bit unfair. But I just was interested what you thought about having that pressure on you for people saying that about having been on Love Island, and that kind of sort of the what people say going forwards, because now, and I want to talk about this, you're working on your new music, because that's your first love, isn't it, Paige? Because we remember you from Britain's Got Talent. I think we got a lovely clip of you on Britain's Got Talent. You were, like, I mean, you did amazing on that. That's you on the semi-finals. And what's it been like getting back to doing your music? And were you worried about, you know, people thinking, oh, why is she from Love Island doing music, and not realising it was your first love?
Yeah. You know, music is always, I think since I was about 12, I started singing. And then at 14, I went on Britain's Got Talent. And then I went on to study music at university and things. But everybody does know me for Love Island. And I think it's hard because there's just kind of mindset that influencers can't do anything else other than Instagram and influence and take pictures and things.
Yeah.
So I get that I am kind of fighting that, you know, an influencer going into music thing. But I think the fact that I've been on Britain's Got Talent beforehand,
Yeah.
you know, that I went and studied, it has helped me to have a bit more credibility to say as an artist.
And on Sunday, you're doing an audience with Paige, which people can get tickets for now, and we'll have details of that in the comments and in the credits of this, so that if anyone watching wants to do it, because you're going to be showing some of your new music there. I'm really excited to hear this. Has it been really fun during like lockdown, writing and getting ready?
You know, I'm so excited. Of course, with the restrictions and stuff, I would have loved to have done a show before now. But this is the closest thing we can get to a show. So as an audio stream, we're going to be joined by Will Manning, who is going to be a lovely host. And I think we're even going to try, fingers crossed, get a special guest. I've been picking Will's brain. He is very close with a certain Brit nominee. So I'm like, we need to get him on. The Brits are so, it's just round the corner, let's get him on.
Yeah.
There's going to be some live performances with a band and myself, and I think there's also going to be a live Q&A from Instagram as well.
Fantastic. And that's going to be great to really see. And like you say, it's been difficult. You can't go out and just do the show that you really want to, but this sounds fantastic anyway, because more people are going to be able to see you and see your music than...
The closest we can get to a show right now, and you know, maybe hopefully winter time, and if not next summer, shows are going to be back, and they'll get you feel it then, but
you'll be back on the... Now, when you're doing your songs and doing your music, obviously there's you know, many artists write about their, you know, relationships and things. So is Finn on his best behaviour to make sure he doesn't end up winning a song?
Do you know, he's going to love this. They always say, "Oh, are any songs about me?" And I'm like, oh, please. Then I think I've found that in the past year, I've had a lot to reflect on. So I would say that I have found myself writing about my past year's experiences. And obviously Finn has been a big part. Oh, he's going to love this. He's going to love this. Finn's obviously been a very, very big part of that year. So
like, you've got songs written about you. I want songs written about me. Is that what it's a bit like?
Like, he's always been like, oh, when can I have, you know, even a little wine, or you know, when can I slot into this show? And I mean, I'm so far so good. I've been able to kind of hold him back. He's not had any duets with me as of yet, so maybe a nod to him and the writing would be enough.
And if you put out of line, then that's it. You can go Taylor Swift on it. Which I love. I think that would be fantastic. Have you seen, like, obviously you kind of, because you were kind of living together in Love Island anyway, but having been together, just you two, have you learned any like worst habits of each other since you've been together in Manchester all the time? Yeah. Is there
how long do you have? I think Finlay has been guilty of being a bit of a mummy's boy. He finds that he'll maybe leave dishes next to the sink, and they magically are washed and back into the cupboard. You know, he's guilty of that. So it's been a bit of like a training process. It's like, Finlay, in fact, you have to move that all by yourself. But he's been getting much, much better at the house chores, so I can't complain too much.
So when some people have been training a puppy in lockdown, you've been training Finlay.
Yeah. Do you know, I came in one day and I wiped down like the worktops.
Yeah.
He was covering the worktops, and I was like, I don't know if that was really genius or really, really stupid, but yeah.
I quite like that. I think that could be genius.
Yeah, maybe it's in fact him that's using his initiative. I should actually start hoovering the worktop.
Exactly, do the hoovering of the worktop. One of my favourite bits in Love Island is the lie detector test. Now, I do wonder, after that sort of, you know, going through that, would you, like, do you ever play these sort of like little games with each other, you know, in real life now? Like, do you ever go, oh, remember that time we had the fake baby? Like, you know, I'm going to put you through a lie detector again because we've already done it once.
So actually didn't do the lie detector one.
Oh, you didn't, did you? Yeah.
No, we seem to do a lot of food challenges. I think, and I don't know why I hated the food challenges. I always had a very weak belly. I was always kind of the one with eyes screaming and gagging and stuff. Yeah, a lot of ours was food challenges.
Yeah, I forgot you didn't do this time on that because that was my favourite. I don't know why they didn't do that one. No, this year's obviously they're talking about. Hopefully they're going back to Mallorca, obviously, which is where the summer one is. I know you were in Cape Town, but there is a chance they might have to do it on Jersey instead. How would you have reacted if you had to go out in Jersey in the not quite as sunny weather in your bikini every day?
Do you know, it's a shame, but obviously they've got to kind of stick to what's going to keep everybody safe. There is a very, very big crew that go along with the cast members as well. But I mean, it is a shame. I suppose it's going to be sunnier than Scotland, so I couldn't have complained too much. The producers will make it a great show. You know, they've had so long to think of new exciting twists, so it's going to be a big show either way.
It's those twists that are just so great, like, you know, when they call you around the fire pit when it's not expected, and I'd be sitting on the sofa going, oh my gosh, I just, you know, I'm a big fan of all the drama. I love it. It's you know, would you what advice would you give to people that are thinking of signing up for it?
I think go in and be yourself first of all, but not that we didn't appreciate it when we were in there, but I think once we had left, it was like the total realization that was a once in a lifetime experience that not many people get to experience. So I think just really, really appreciate it when you're in the villa. And there's going to be long days, but see past that and just love your time when you're in there.
Fantastic. I love that. And Paige, thank you. You have been an absolute delight to talk to. I can't wait to hear all your music and stuff because I you know, I remember you on BGT, and it's so great that you're now, you know, you've got that platform. You can show everybody that, you know, just because you've been on Love Island doesn't mean you're going to be a superstar and hit the charts. So I'm expecting to see some good stuff soon.
Yes.
Tune in on Sunday as well for your audience with. So I think we're going to put details in the comments for anyone that wants to have a little look on that. So thank you so much, Paige. And before you go, just the last question. Everyone asks you about this. You and Finley, is there going to be a ring on it anytime soon?
I'm going to go with, I don't know. This is going to be down to him. I don't know. I think obviously we're going back to basics. We're going to get the first dates out the window and then it's maybe in time.
He's romantic. Is he treating you nicely?
Yes, he is. He is very soft. He's very romantic. So there's no complaints there.
Good. I'm glad. All right. Well, thank you so much, Paige. You've been an absolute pleasure, and good luck with everything. All right.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, Jess.
All right. Cheers, Paige.
Mm-hmm.